We are here in Mount Anville House in South County Dublin. The Society of the Sacred Heart came here first in 1865 and they established Mount Anville as one of the finest schools in the country. The historic house remains at the core of the Mount Anville campus today. The Duchesne Prayer Room was created in 2018 to celebrate the bicentenary of St Rose Philippine Duchesne's journey across the Atlantic to the United States. Philippine established the Society of the Sacred Heart in the United States, opened the first free school west of the Mississippi, and really laid the foundations for the network of Sacred Heart schools that exist in the United States and Canada today. The Duchesne Prayer Room was launched on the occasion of the visit of Sisters Suzanne Cook and Ann Taylor from the United States, and the room was officially opened by Barbara Cotter of the Mount Anville Sacred Heart Education Trust.
So this evening we're here in the Duchesne Prayer Room, and this is a room to honour the life and legacy of St Rose Philippine Duchesne. The Mount Anville Sacred Heart Education Trust wanted to pay tribute to Philippine and to create a space in her memory. But most importantly, I think what the Trust wanted to do in honouring Philippine was to create a space here where people, the wider community of Mount Anville, they would get an opportunity to reflect on Philippine's legacy. And I think in particular, what I think is lovely to reflect on is her courage, her compassion, and her sense of friendship. And actually, if the girls, particularly the girls, but all of us, were to come into this room and leave with some sense of that, I think they would find it easier to cross their own frontiers as the years go on for them. So I want to pay special tribute to Anna Gethings, our executive of the Trust, and also David Gunning, who's a wonderful archivist, who really brought this together.
And I are so honored to be here, and we come from the Americas, specifically the United States, and to walk into a room so beautifully designed and carefully thought through, it just fills us with a sense of both gratitude and connection. And the courage and confidence that we associate with Philippine and with Madeline Sophie, rooted in contemplation. Well, where does one develop that capacity to enjoy silence, because there's a sense that silence is a way of coming to discover mystery and beauty. We're here in the evening, and it's beautiful the way the candles are catching this beautiful piece of art and the flowers. The extraordinary gift that Philippine has given us and Sophie has given us, you're making real to the future generations, and for that, I think Sophie and Philippine must be smiling in heaven and praying for us. So thank you so much for this time with you, and we're so looking forward to the rest of our days with you.
The Duchesne Prayer Room reflects the first Sacred Heart schools in America in its simplicity and sparsity. A selected chronology explores important events in Philippine's life from 1769 to 1852. The timeline contextualizes Philippine's life and explores important episodes, from her early days as a nun in revolutionary France to her friendship with Madeline Sophie Barra, foundress of the Society of the Sacred Heart, through to her work in the education of poor children and Native Americans in the United States. The display panels, artifacts and audio provide an insight into Philippine's life, one of courage, compassion and friendship, and these still inspire us today. In 1841, at the age of 71, she fulfilled her lifelong dream and travelled to work with the displaced Potawatomi people in Sugar Creek in Kansas. It's also interesting to note that by the time of Philippine's death in 1852, 119 Irish women had joined the Society of the Sacred Heart in America. Philippine communicated God's love to the Potawatomi through prayer and silent contemplation, so much so that they named her Woman Who Prays Always. We wanted to create a room that feels separate and removed from the rest of the house. You can close the door here and leave your troubles outside. Infinite modern artwork was created specifically for the room by the Irish artist Peter Monaghan. Infinite is based on the Fibonacci sequence. The sequence is found throughout the natural world, for example in sunflowers, hydrangea and human DNA. It represents the interconnectedness between all living things, and the artwork in the room serves as a focus for meditation and contemplation. So the artwork is complemented by inspiring and uplifting quotations by Philippine that are found throughout the room. And my favourite quotation is, "I love my solitude and I would love it still more if I had more of it."